Welcome back. It can only mean one thing. It's time to bring on Donny Tequila Schatz. Welcome in, Donny. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Yourself?
Oh, man, we are fantastic. Happy to have you back on the show with us, guy. It's a pleasure to have you back here. And, boy, a wild night last night. Williams Grove tonight.
Yeah. Last night was not what we wanted. We had a great car. We had definitely the best car there all night long, and just ended up in a bad situation there. But tonight's National Open, $50,000. It's one we wanted for a long time, and hopefully we can put ourselves in that position to get that tonight.
Well, you're currently sitting fourth in points, Donny. There's 6 nights of racing remaining, I believe, if my math was correct. What's it going to take for you to win this championship?
Well, we're just going to have to continue, what we've been doing. We've been a top 3 car every night. We've snagged some wins. We've had good qualifying runs. All those things, we just have to keep doing them. We can't worry about what everyone else is doing. It's pretty tight with Steve and Joey and ourselves in points, and those spots are definitely up for grab easily. But it's questionable whether Myers is too far out front. But he hasn't run real well either. He's kind of been sliding backwards the last 2 months, so he's pretty lucky. He's got a little bit of a gap, but that's all part of the battle. What we do is just worry about what we can do and not really think about the points. If we go out and win the next 6 races, well, that takes care of itself. That's all we could throw at ourselves, and that's the best we could do. But we just have to keep fighting every day and not have nights like last night. Last night was a great opportunity for us to get ourselves and get a little of that ground made up, but it didn't really work out. But we come out okay anyway, coming back from a crash to 11th. It wasn't all that bad of a night.
Williams Grove always treats you pretty well. You like Williams Grove?
I love Williams Grove. I'm getting to where I can't stand some of the people that you race with there. I've learned a lot of things.
I wonder
there.
why.
I've learned a lot of things there. Karma's a bitch for one.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
Right.
And desperate people do desperate things. So
right.
it's a thing that you just have to deal with, and it's one of my favorite racetracks. But there's definitely some guys out there you got to be careful for, and obviously I don't be very careful, so I'll have to work on that.
I know that this cannot be overstated enough when you talk about rivalries in sports. The Red Sox, the Yankees, the Bears, the Packers, and then you have the World of Outlaws and the Pennsylvania Posse. That's always an interesting conversation around the water cooler on Monday morning.
Yeah, definitely. That's what puts people in the seats, and a lot of people think there's a lot of hype to it that's not there, but
no.
It's pretty real. It's about as real as it gets for rivalries.
I've actually. I went to Williams Grove Speedway, and I've talked to some fans there, and I asked them, we talked about the history of the track and so forth, and I would say, 100% of them that I talked to said what gives me more pleasure when I come out here, other than watching, our weekly shows, is when any one of our drivers beats a World of Outlaws regular. I have had them say that.
There's no question about it. They definitely, and that's great. It's great to see they support their local racers, and that's what it's all about. So hopefully we can get up there and try to keep that from happening.
The finish wasn't what you wanted last night. What do you do differently tonight, or is it just one of those things where you just kind of take it a little at a time and hope things shake out? I mean, is there anything you changed tonight?
No. I mean, what happened was totally out of my control. We had a great starting spot. We started third. We got the second right away, and we had a great car. And obviously, we had a callback restart for a car that started 20th that jumped 10 cars. And them sort of things are what kind of wrecks the race. It's something they could have done a little different, penalize the guy at the end or whatever. And then you get in a restart, and you get in a crash with a guy who knew that he's got one opportunity to get by you, and it's on the start. We just got hit pretty hard and turned around. So just glad to get back out. I mean, I got a great group of guys with the Armor All car, and I was quite surprised that we made it back out, which I'm glad we did. So I did the best I could, got as far as I could. But as far as attacking the race, no, you do everything the same way. We've had a lot of success there over the years, and you have to just attack it the same way you always do. But you have to forget about yesterday and go on to today, whether it's a win or a loss, and just focus on what's at hand today.
Well, it seemed like the last few years nothing could touch you, and this year you've been somewhat snake bit. Is that overstating it at all?
I wouldn't say snake bit.
No?
It's it's a situation, when you talk to a lot of promoters in the series, they definitely felt like they needed a different winner, for the growing portion of the sport. And even my car owner's part of that. He said from a promoter standpoint, someone else needs to win. So, we had that in the back of our mind, and we knew it was going to be an uphill battle for us and all those things. But we haven't, we've kind of went into research and development mode most of the year, trying things to get ourselves ahead. And, some of the stuff is put us a little bit behind, and it's just now kind of coming around like in the last 4 weeks or 6 weeks to where we're feeling like we're getting back to having a baseline with everything and having our motors running a little better. And we still have a long way to go, but, the consistency is what wins championships, and we've definitely been as consistent as we were in the past the last 6 weeks. So happy with that, and you just have to keep going forward. It's, we never doubted each other within a team. We just didn't have the runs we got, and maybe it was because we didn't work as hard at it as we had in the past. So there's a lot of things it could be. We're not going to worry about what it was. We're just going to worry about going forward. Well,
and that's something I've always loved about you, Donny. You're just upfront. You're honest. You tell like it is, just like Tony Stewart. And you know what? It's like you said, the points are going to fall how they may. There's nothing you can do personally to change this. Just go out there and give 110% for these remaining events. That's all you can really do.
That's exactly right. And I know it would really upset the World of Outlaws if I was able to win 5 in a row. So we don't want to do that.
I think it'd be great myself, but that's just me. That's just me. I would love to see that because I don't believe that's ever been done. I don't think Steve Kinser's even done that.
Oh, he does. Yeah, Steve. To win 20 of them, he'd have to have done it at least 5, maybe even 10 times in a row.
Yeah, and I think you may be correct on that. I'd have to go back and do my homework on that. But yeah, you're right.
Donny, you've got just a handful of events left here. We've got Williams Grove, of course. We got Rolling Wheels Raceway, Tri-State Speedway coming up, and then you wrap it up at the World Finals there in Concord, North Carolina, at the dirt track at Charlotte. What track really favors you, or do they all favor you?
They all pretty well favor us. Rolling Wheels we've definitely been very good at. Williams Grove's been good to me. The only place that I can say I don't really care to go to is Hobstadt at Tri-State Speedway there. And, when you look at the numbers, I guess I shouldn't complain because I've had a lot. I think I'm all top 5 finishes there, no wins. But it's one of them places you always end up, it's real tight little bull ring, and you can be the victim of someone's mistake, or it just seems like we're always – it's not fun for me to go there and race because we're always in the middle of something that you can't control. So it's that's the one place that probably eludes me a little bit. But all the rest of the places are, the other 3 tracks are we've won at and we're looking forward to.
Very good. Well, Donny, we appreciate you coming on the show with us here. Good luck on the title run. Hope that you pull this thing off and win another championship. What would this be for you, 5?
Yeah, it would be 5. It's going to be a tough haul to get 5, but we'll do what we can and see what happens.
Fantastic. Thanks again for coming on with us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, Donny Tequila Schatz.